welcome back. So today we're gonna look into a new add-on for Electroblob called Zettai Grimoire and another one called Zettai Magic. Both of them are made by Zettai Sword. So this magic mod, I like this add-on a lot, and the reason for that is that also, first of all, it adds a new, instead of using wands, you use Grimoire, and you can craft them easily. So you can craft the first one easily by having one book, some crystals, and gold. And the way that the grimoire works is that you can have it normally. It has a capacity of 1000 mana, and it also can have it can have 5 spells or more. So the next phase is that you can turn it into an elemental grimoire, so any elemental would work. So for example, so there is all the 7 elements and you can turn it, but instead of doing it the same way we do it normally in this way, you have to actually craft it. Oh, I made the thing. So you have to craft, so you craft it by putting 4 blocks of crystal and 1 dust of that element you want, and then you will need 3 more elements for each one, 3 different items and a grimoire in the middle, and then you will make your grimoire. So each element, it will make a different element. So this is the necromancy, or it's called grimoire of shadows, and it have 60 potency. So that's the same thing as a normal potency. Now we also have another thing that is added by Zettai skills, the other one, and it has something called master glove, and these ones you can use them magic normally. They have the same idea as a wand, and they start from 10, 20, 30 and 40 potency. Now the last two things and the most important, so you can change a lot of things in this mod from the config. So you can change the capacity of the mana for a grimoire. You can change the amount of spells that it can have. So, and you can also, there's something in it that's called the Zettai Grimoire, and that's the ultimate item in this mod. It's very hard to get. You will need to make all of the grimoires and combine them together with 2 grand magic to make the Zettai Grimoire. But this one is really strong. So this one has 2000 potency, and you can choose it in the config for what element you want. So I use it for magic, so that's not. Now, and it's really strong. By default, it's set to be disabled, so you can change it if you want. Now, the last thing about this, which I love a lot, so you can change a lot of things in the config. You can make it the way you want. So one of the things that you can do by default, a grimoire can have up to 5 spells, 6 spells. An elemental one can have up to 6 spells like this, and also it can have up to 7 different upgrades. So we know like from Electroblob that you can't have more than 3 different ones, right? But here you can have up to 7 different ones, and not just that, you can also have more. You can change in the config the amount you want. So you can have more. You can break the limit. So your limit is 3 ones from 3 different, but here you can break that limit and put the number you want in the config, and you can see. So as you see here, I have all of the 7 upgrades, plus I have 5 of 1 upgrade. So I like this a lot because that allows you to reach a potential that you couldn't reach in normally in Electroblob. So like the problem in Electroblob is that you can't deal that much damage with spells, but now you can just keep farming and farming and farming upgrades, and you can farm mana upgrades and farm damage upgrades, and then combine it together to have your ultimate grimoire. And you can also change how strong one grimoire is, so that's all good and so much fun. Now these all things are added by grimoire, Zettai Grimoire. Now we're gonna move to the skills for the new spells added by Zettai spells. So let's go ahead. Okay, so now for all the spells that we're gonna talk about right now are all spells added by Zettai Magic. Now we're gonna go for the first element, which is the non-element, the magic spells, non-elemental spells. So, and I'm gonna use the Zettai Grimoire. This has to, so I show you what does 2000 potency mean. So I have this element for this. The potency for it is non-element, meaning that all non-spells will have that effect. You could choose which element you want to be for your grimoire, but you have to allow it from the config first. Okay, so now for the first spell, we have the mana flasking one. So you can channel your mana flasking by having in your offhand a glass bottle, and it will make it into a mana flask. So that costs more to make by using mana, but you can make it whenever you want. Okay, Next spell we have magic projection. So you can form a circle, and this circle will look like this, and the way the circles look like it depending on what element you're using, and you can change it. You change the element by just simply clicking it, and you can sneak and right click on it, sneak and right click to cancel the spell. Now since I'm creative, I can just break it like that. Okay, next spell we have piercing magic missile. So now this is how much damage a 2000 potency would do. 5000 damage and 2.5. So the 2.5, these are the normal damage that you would deal with the no potency, and the 5000 is the damage that you actually deal with the 2000 potency. Further. So let me clear that. Okay, so after that, mana burn. So this is not really a damaging spell, it's just something that looks cool. You can just burn mana and make these good looking particles. Okay. Okay, after that, mark of immunity. So by channeling the mark of immunity, you're putting a seal in yourself. This seal will give you all of these buffs. So you have resistance, fire resistance, mining, and water breathing. So, and if you use the same spell again, you can remove the seal. But okay, so I'm gonna say this from now. Most of the spells on actually, you can't remove the seal by. Let me make sure about this. Mark of. Okay. So the seal on yourself will give you unlimited resistance to fire and feels good underwater. Apply the second seal time to break your seal. So now it's not working as a seal, it's working as like a buff. I see. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you right now. This mod is so cool. The other is so cool, but it's a little bit broken, you know. Okay, so we have here enchanting, sharpest enchant. So all of the enchanting spells that added take a while to do. So like. You can see, if you can look at my cursor, you can see the bars trying to fill. And by the way, this will take levels from you. So this is just you're having a way of enchanting your items, but it's not for free. It costs mana and it costs levels to use the spell. So I'm almost done. Here we go. Come on, and I'm done. So I enchanted my sword and I have a sharpness too. Okay. Now, next thing we have the great magic missile. Easy. It's just so I can't see the numbers. There's too many numbers. 2000, 6003. So yeah. Hi zombie, wanna take a spell that deals 6000 damage? Let's just okay. At the end of this, I'm gonna go one shot the Ender Dragon or something with this maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's switch the time. Make it night. Okay, now let's go ahead for more magic binding. So this one, you need the same idea, an item, and you put it in your offhand, and you do the same channeling way, and it will be bent to you. So you will be the owner of that item. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, it's almost done. Let's go. Bam. And now the owner of that item is infinity. Like, so this cool. Like if you made one of these Zettai Grimoire, you can just try to like, you know, like let's put this one here. And yeah, can I actually do that? Can I make myself the owner of this? Because if I can make myself the owner of this, that would be very important, because this item is just legendary. It's I mean, I gotta be honest, it's a bit hard to make, but it's not that hard. Like you can make this in like 2 days max of grind, like max. So you could change the recipe for it to make it a bit fair, but other than that, it's really cool. And that's why it's by default, it's not, you can't have it. Okay, so now yeah, I made it. So now I'm the owner of this grimoire. I'm a wizard now. Okay, now let's go for more spells. So we have Grand Magic Missile, and just go ahead. So it's a throwable explode, a missile and explode. Also, you can bounce using it. It will deal damage to you, but you can bounce. Let's just put one zombie. Wow. Okay. What do we have here? So mana flasking 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the mana flasking 2 first. So I think you guys get the hang of it. So mana flasking 2 will give you the bigger flask, and mana flasking 3 will give you the last. So that's fortune enchanting. So you can just put the item, use the fortune enchanting. It's the same duration it takes, always levels from you. So don't try to use the spell without having levels, because it takes a while to use the spell, and you know, don't want to waste all of that time just standing still to get the enchantment and then fail at the end. Ah, I'm done finally, and it gave me fortune too. Nice, that's very lovely. Okay, so last thing we have for the items that we can do is mana flasking 3. So that will give you the biggest. So I like this idea of the mana flasking for something. By using this spell, you can turn your mana into flasks, and making a large mana flask is very difficult. Yes, it's gonna take a lot more mana from you, but then you can turn normal crystals into a big mana flask. So that's really cool. Okay, and you can also turn wands to that. So if you found a wand, you can basically turn that one into mana flasks. Okay. Okay, so that's it for all the non-elemental spells. For the next element, we have the earth element. So we have the first spell is the speed element. So by the way, I switched the grimoire to the grimoire of nature, so that's the one relation with the earth spell. So the first one is speed up. So it gives me speed IV. That's a lot of speed. Okay, that's really cool. Let's go. Nature empowering. Okay. What does it give me? Haste IV. Okay. Look at that. Look at that speed. Ooh. Okay. What do we have here? Wind dance. That gives me speed. Oh my god, that's a lot of speed. Okay. The wind dance is just my favorite now. You can just run as fast as so fast. Okay. It's nature meditation. Okay, what? So if we start meditating, we get blindness, weakness, slowness, speed, and slowness, but we get the regeneration IV. So we get a very fast regeneration, but we basically have to stand still technically. Of the speed and the blindness and everything. Okay, last wind awakening. That gave me speed, but more. That is more speed. Who says no to more speed, right? Last spell we have is the Giga's Grasp. Okay, so let's summon some monsters here. Start channeling this big spell. So, the channeling of a lot of spells takes a while, so okay, so now all of these mobs are stomped to the ground. They can't move. They can't move, they can't attack me, they can't do anything. So if I jump, I lose the spell, but when I go back to the by the way, this is a cost spell, so every time I'm using the spell, it's taking mana. So if I leave, oh, and now it's not, you can run again. Okay, that's it for the elsewhere. Let's go for another element. So for the sorcery spells, we have the first thing is Orc Ranger 1, and that what it does is you can channel that spell to summon ores, and the level 1 will summon a call to you. So that's one call. Go for a level 2. That will summon some iron for you. Here. Now we have infinite light. So we already have like light normally, and with a specific relic you can make it into infinite. But with a spell here you can make this light into an infinite source, and you can just go left click it to take it normally if you're in survival. Okay, so we have 3, the ore 3, and that will give you lapis lazuli. We have ore 4, which will give you redstone. So that's all the ore. Now we have after that exchange. So we have exchange for emerald and exchange for diamond. So you can exchange a diamond for emerald or an emerald for diamond, and it uses that. So I'm gonna channel this now. Oh, finally. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna get a set of diamond and have a full set at once. Okay, and see. Maybe it will use more mana to exchange all diamonds, or it will just use one to do one. Okay, I need one diamond in offhand. So yeah, so basically it can only do one of each. Last item, last spell. This spell is really cool. So what it does, it takes it takes the ability of a weapon and it converts it into XP. So that's really cool because in a lot of mods, if you're playing modern Minecraft, you can fix items easily. So you can fix item by using, let's say, a lava anvil or some power. So you can eventually turn lava into XP or power into XP. So that's really cool. I can use this spell, and it's really fast, but it's a bit expensive for mana. So it's so you have to put your price on mana and XP at the same time. Now for Lucky Charm, it gives you luck for 20 minutes and luck 3. So that's really good. Okay, now next spell, what it does the opposite. So you can use mana to repair your items. Okay. Okay, last spell, that's really cool. So let me get a zombie first. Some zombies, okay. So this is a big master spell, Gravity Intervention. So I'm gonna manipulate gravity with everything around me. And now all things that are around just keep getting in that big circle to get their gravity. Just basically everything around you gets a big boost to the sky and they just die from fall damage if they can take fall damage. So it's really cool. And that's the last spell for sorcery spells. So let's go next. So now for the fire spell. So I had to move a little bit far so I don't break everything around me. So let's go ahead for the first. So the first one is a small, teeny explosion. So it doesn't matter. Now let's go for the big one. So that's a great explosion. Okay. Boom. Okay, that's small. Now a bigger explosion. So let's go ahead and channel a very big explosion, right? I'm gonna be in like okay, and boom. See, that's a big explosion. Now for the last spell, this spell is a bit hard. So the flame soul, it summons a flame soul nearby everything and it will kill it. But the problem about this soul is that the caster might be in danger from it. So I'm gonna do the cave just to be safe. But so let me just summon some zombies here. Okay, so now let's do a big flame soul. So it's gonna take a while to cast a big spell like this, but when I do cast this spell, everything will just get destroyed. No, let's go ahead and cast a very big flame soul spell. So that's what I'm talking about. It just kills everything, sets everything on fire. Look how big that circle is. Okay, now for the ice spell, it's just one spell. That's all I found. So it's called cleaning, and you clean yourself from buffs and it gives you a buff. So I got weakness, but I got speed 3. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to more spells. So for the last elements we have the spell of confusion. What that spell does is that you can aim at a target and you cast a spell on them, and this target will have confusion, weakness, so basically some bad effects on that thing. Okay, next spell we have High Withering. So High Withering is a big spell. So by casting this spell, you will have an area of effect that all mobs around you will have withering effect on it and weakness, and basically just everyone is just having a bad time. Everything around you has bad time, and you can see this big circle with this big area of effect. Okay, next thing we have Infinite Light. So it's like this. It looks like the other light. It has the same idea, and you can cancel it by going in, sneaking, and right click on that spell. Now Smite Enchanting. This spell, what it does, it gives holy power to your sword. and that basically it's gonna give it. So basically you're trying to enchant that sword, and this final touches to, and final. Okay, so now this sword is called Holy Smite Enchanting and has Smite. Now last spell, this spell is a little bit close to the flame spell. So what it does, it's you summon thunder on every mob around you in 30 meters radius, and that thunder will try to kill all of the mobs. So they just go here, and all of these mobs have thunder drop on them from the sky. Okay, so that was the last spell. For the last thing we're gonna talk about in this video is the magic gloves, and those magic gloves have all ranks starting from apprentice going to the master gloves. And these gloves, I like them a lot because they give you a lot of magic potency to all spell. So that's 40% to all kind of elements. So it doesn't have a specification. Also, you can allow the config. It's by default allowed that whenever you use spells, you have these circles on you. So summoning monsters will have these circles. So if I try something like summon a skeleton region or something, look, all of them have these circles on. Now, one more thing and last thing is spells in Electroblob. So by adding this mod, it gives you recipes to every spell in the mod. So every spell now has a spell. Some spells don't have, like the new spell. Some spells don't have the recipes. Like for example, the new spells from the skills one. But you know, it gives spell recipes to some of the spells, most of them, and you can craft it. So it's a really cool idea. It's a really cool thing that you can craft them, but it's not cheap at all. So like, let's say look at a master spell, for example. Here you need an astral diamond. Astral diamond is very hard to get, and you need some more things, large ones. So it's really hard to craft something, but you have the since you have the ability, it's really cool. And that's it for the last part. As I said, I want to see what Potency 2000 Grimoire wand would do to the Ender Dragon. So let's go to this Ender Dragon. Hi, Mr. Ender Dragon. How are you doing today? That's what a 2000 Potency does to an Ender Dragon. Nice. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and the link for the mods will be in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye.